What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Celtics Talk podcast here on the NBC Sports Boston Podcast Network. And Tommy Giles, I'm sorry to bring you into a negative podcast.
That's okay.
We had to call it the bullpen because Abby, who typically brings the energy on this program, sometimes boxes me out, sometimes just raves like there's a club in Miami going on. A little despondent after this one. And I feel her pain.
Understandably.
Celtics lose here in Game 6. Another opportunity to with banner 18 there in their grasp, they've let it slip away yet again. So I want to start with this. Who are you most mad at? I know we've talked about Blame Pie a lot on Boston Sports Tonight,
sure.
One of your favorite programs. Who are you most mad at after this game?
I don't know if there's a particular player, but I think your superstars, your two superstars, in the fact that they only had 7 field goal attempts in the second half. They scored 36 points in the first half, Forsberg, 36 of your 46. So they carried you through that first half. But they also carried you in the second half of Game 5 when you won that game, when you came back to beat Miami on the road. And you didn't see that from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown tonight, and particularly down the stretch. The Celtics as a team scored 6 points in the final 4.5 minutes. 6 points.
Not great.
That's not going to get it done. Miami went on a 17-6 run there, and their superstar scored. Yours did not. That being said, this is basically on everybody on this Celtics. Derek White, I think I give a pass to. I think he was terrific in the second half and in the fourth quarter. But nobody else really stepped up.
Yeah, fair. I was actually going to reach down here and grab this box score.
Oh, sure, yeah.
This will help me.
Take a look at the numbers. What do we got?
Let's just run down Jason Tatum. So very efficient night, 9 of 12. The number that jumps off his line, though, 7 turnovers.
7 turnovers.
Inexcusable.
Yeah.
Like, what have we said? What is the one key to this series?
It's
don't turn the ball over.
Taking care of the basketball.
And what did they do?
They turned the ball over.
They turned the ball over. They turned the ball over 17 times, leading to, if I'm reading this right, 23 points. Ironically, the Miami Heat turned it over 19 times, leading to 23 points. Celtics 18 for 22. So it was pretty much a wash, and yet you can't help but think in a 8-point game that was not, it was obviously closer there, that mattered. And so Jason Tatum gets some grief. Al Horford, maybe his worst game of the postseason, which is saying something because he had a really bad Game 3 in which Bam Adebayo torched him. I was on Celtics Post Up before this game and said I thought Al should be the Larry Bird Trophy winner. And on this podcast,
I think that's out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just go ahead and put a line through that. Unless he goes for like 40 points in Game 7, and whoever has the big night in Game 7 is going to win that award now. But just unfortunately, both ends, he was just not Al Horford. I don't know if that's age, if that's the grind of this postseason, if it's just had one of those nights. But
you hope it's just one of those nights, right? Because
better hope.
If it is fatigue catching up to him, well, guess what? You're playing another game in 36 hours, whatever it is that you have to recover from, and he's been playing every other day for weeks now.
Jaylen Brown, 6 of 13, 20 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 4 turnovers,
and a lot of them came late. What did you think of some of the decision making towards the end of the game there from the Celtics? It's especially, and I know everyone wants to talk about the 2 free throws that Jaylen Brown missed, and it's like, okay, the game was still tied at that point, and there were other decisions.
I'm not done being angry.
Oh, you're not done? Well, no, but here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
When you're down 4 and Jaylen's coming down the right wing, and he decides to try to just go through the defender.
Didn't love it.
And I also don't understand what happened on that call because it was originally called a block, and then somehow they reviewed it even though there were challenges.
So that's one of the few things they can review is that was the defender in the charge circle. So they were able to go to the monitor for that. Ironically, it ended up being Jaylen's 6th foul, fouled him out. It was also a huge momentum swing. That was probably Boston's last gasp.
But I wanted him to pull up and shoot the 3 on the wing, with it being a 4-point game in that situation.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly.
So
that's like the one time where I'm like, no, just pull up and shoot that.
Sometimes I don't hate it. Sometimes my mantra late in games, especially, is if you can get to the basket, if they're expecting you to take a 3.
But if there's a defender who's there, with his feet planted.
And it did not work out for him.
No.
So it's fair to second guess. Marcus Smart, 4 of 15, 1 of 9 from 3-pointers.
He took a lot of shots, and he took a lot of bad shots.
Felt like the old Marcus Smart.
The one he made was the one he got fouled on. If you think about it.
And that felt like a huge momentum play in the moment.
Sure did.
Did not bear out for them. Grant Williams, also maybe one of his worst. I can't believe he
has not done anything offensively for days now.
+4. I couldn't believe that on that. 2 points, two rebounds, 5 fouls. Not great. Derek White, great. Robert Williams, great. Peyton Pritchard, 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
And a lot of that was really towards the end too. And they had him out there looking for a 3 late. What did you make of Rob Williams not playing down the stretch?
Also didn't love it.
But do you think that's injury related
No,
or
I thought
that's personnel?
I thought that was Ime related. I think, and to just add one more person to that mix, I thought Ime did not have his best night tonight, and he's really pressed all the right buttons. But in this one, I think he tried to ride the Derek White wave a little bit too long in the second half. I felt like at some point they maybe could have gone back to Rob. He could have shored up the glass. I thought Rob was, before Derek White really got going, was the momentum changer, the energy shifter out there. They went small. Al had foul trouble, so they were able to throw Rob out there with Jason, Jalen, Marcus, and Derek White, and really kind of just the tempo went up. They got some lobs. Felt like the energy really elevated, whereas it kind of bogged down in the second half. And so, I'm just frustrated in general. I think there were things that everybody, there's blame to go around. Like everybody could have helped catch this team, and yet no one could.
No. Can I make another observation that I find almost astounding about this series? It's not going to make a difference to this series. Has there been a single technical called? Has anyone got teed up? I don't think anyone has. I thought there were like a handful of times tonight where I was like,
interesting.
Oh, Mark's going to get one here.
Yeah.
Ime's getting close there. Oh, Kyle, PJ Tucker. I was like, what are we going to do here?
Referees are too busy causing regular fouls that they have not been able to tee anybody up.
They got a lot of attention tonight. I'll just say it that way.
I despise coming on and talking about referees because
it's fine, and I'm with you.
While I do think that you can complain about how it interrupted the flow of this game, how it was weird that they didn't call anything early, and then all of a sudden we're calling everything late and very inconsistent. And I mean, the challenges were weird. Like Grant Williams didn't appear to touch Jimmy Butler, and they've overturned that. Or they upheld that call.
Yeah.
And then the Celtics burnt that, and they probably needed it on. There was a couple out of bounds plays that could have gone in their favor. So, not a banner night for Zach Zarba, Eric Lewis.
But I don't
won
think
like a million games in a row with Eric Lewis, and now he's public enemy number one.
But I also don't think that's the reason they lost. Like so we just make that clear. Like Miami, and I also don't know that I would necessarily say that the Celtics lost this game more than Miami won this game. And we might disagree there, but I think Miami just went and took it from you. Yeah. Seriously, like the third quarter, the fourth quarter, Miami, Max Strus, Kyle Lowry, shooting from right over there. Yeah. Like
the one Strus threw in on they were down to like a late clock and he just turned and winged it. I was like, oh my God, that's when you just know it's not your night. Yeah. Jimmy had one like that too, a late clock play late in the game. All right, well, we did make it 8 minutes into this podcast, and it's funny because we can peel back the curtain a little bit for the people. We started recording, and we actually started with Jimmy Butler, and we had a good conversation about like how good he was tonight. And I'm going to repeat all the things I said then, but it was funny that we just took 8 of the probably 10, 11 minutes we'll go tonight just complaining about the Celtics. So you tell me, what did you think of Jimmy Butler's performance?
That was unbelievable. I mean, honestly, it was even better than what we saw in Game 1, which was eye-opening. And it really shouldn't have been because he does this in the postseason. But that was eye-opening. But Jimmy Butler, from what we saw in like Games 5 and 4, basically since he got hurt in Game 3, looked like a totally different player. It looked like, oh, well, that's going to be it for him. He's clearly hobbled and he's not the same guy. And then tonight rolls around and what do you know? Jimmy Butler's dropping 47, nearly a triple-double too. 9 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, just an unbelievable night. And it should worry you that if he's looking like that in Game 6, there's no reason he's not going to look like that in Game 7.
So I put it this way, that I was here for 2012 Game 6, and maybe I'm having flashbacks because it's the Miami Heat again, but LeBron played maybe the most amazing game I've ever seen in terms of like dominating a game, start to finish, and just pretty much saying, no, we might be down 3-2, but we are winning this series. And I mean, I walked away from that game like, wow. Like I've never walked away from a performance as astounded as that. That is up here in terms of LeBron's games, in terms of like just awesome NBA moments. Jimmy Butler's down here. It's a good step down, but it was still remarkable because the biggest thing to me was every time the Celtics got within 4, when it was tied, every time they had an opportunity to just kind of let this blow the roof off this place, Jimmy Butler was like, and one.
Yep.
Layup. Big tough shot. Mid-range shot. Oh, someone fell into me and then I got an and one. So, hey, that's what superstars do. And we had the big conversation before the series. Is Jimmy Butler a superstar? And some people were like,
I was one of those people. I was like, man,
thanks for motivating
really.
him, Giles.
Yes, it was me. It had nothing to do with Draymond Green going on TNT
Potentially.
with Shaq and saying that they're going to be playing this out. It was me and some of us here in Boston that said Jimmy Butler's not a super. He's a postseason superstar. That's what he is.
He's a clutch superstar in terms of he's a moment superstar, right? Like he's not going to dominate games the way LeBron or Giannis or Kevin Durant can from start to finish. But you need a clutch bucket, man. You want the ball in that guy's hands because he is ruthless. All right, quick spin ahead.
Yep.
What the heck happens in Game 7?
I think it's a grind. I think it's an absolute grind.
Who does that favor?
I would have to say Miami, but here's why I hold out hope for the Celtics. You saw them put together the run tonight where they took the 97-94 lead, and I honestly thought, okay, here you go. I even think they had a chance to build on the 97-94 lead as well, right? There was I think there was another 3 attempt after the go-ahead 3 by Derek White. I think they have one of those runs left in them. So it might be a grind for about like 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, but the younger team who's got more bounce, I think, should be the Celtics, and that's why I give them the slight edge. But it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, nothing about this Celtics postseason run has been comfortable, so I'm ready for that.
Game 7 against the Bucks was pretty comfortable.
That is fair.
Why not be comfortable?
You brought up
Game
another
7?
moment that made me angry. End of the first half, Celtics were up 4. Jason Tatum had a 3-pointer to potentially put them up 7. Play goes the other way. Turnover. All of a sudden, the Miami Heat are into the locker room ahead instead of Boston having a comfortable lead. So, so many things that could have been there, and that's my big fear here, Giles. Like that we're going to look back, who knows what happens Sunday, but are we going to look back and be like, what could have been with this season if they'd just been better for this minute or that minute? I don't even want to go down that road.
I'll just say this
that's
too,
a depressing road.
Because I always feel pretty bad about things the night of the loss. You know what I mean? And then I wake up the next day, and it's like, no, it takes a little. There's a slow build. Right. But usually by like 24 hours, like, okay, all right, this is fine. It's gonna be fine. They've got a chance to win this game. So
fine.
Honestly, it just builds back up. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I'm looking forward to feeling better about it tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to make you feel better. I'm gonna end on some Abby-like positivity.
Sure.
We're doing BST, and they played a little clip of Derek White in the locker room, podium, saying, if it was easy, it wouldn't be us. And I actually really love that. I really think that's like the perfect mantra for the Boston Celtics, who nothing has come easy. They start the year terrible, and then all of a sudden they launch. They get into the playoffs, and they roll through Brooklyn, but then, man, the Bucks really challenge them. And they lose a bunch of games, and they got to respond, and especially in this series, going down 2-1, and just having to fight every time. Well, here's the latest instance. So, they've proven it. As long as they have not shot off all their toes, there's a chance that they will walk out of Miami, and then we'll figure out what happens from there. Like you said, let's not get too far ahead. But I worry a little bit about their energy level if they get out to San Francisco. But we're not even going to worry about it.
No, we're not. We can't worry about that. We
already
made the mistake of doing that.
And see what happens. We'll, Abby, win, lose, or draw. We'll have to bring the energy down there. I'm going to get a terrible shirt again to wear.
The shirt was phenomenal,
Thank
and
you.
it's going to be hard.
Do I wear it again?
No.
No.
But you are going to have to. You have to bring it still.
Well, Ross dressed for less. Here I come on Sunday morning.
You could just go with like a sleeveless button down. Not like a short sleeve, but like a sleeveless. Yeah.
I'll talk to Tyler Hero, see what I can find. All right, while we're waiting for me to find my sleeveless t-shirt or dress shirt, go check out the podcast on YouTube, like, subscribe. We'll catch you next time on the Celtics Talk podcast.
It's going to be fine.
Fine.
It's going to be fine.